What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Richawd back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about inflation. As we all know, right now we're going through a period of inflation. And I'm just going to be talking about what that means for us. Let me get settled in. Feel me? Kind of on an angle right now and shit. But I'm going to be talking about, what this inflation means, Quick update. My first video on this channel, this I Am Richawd channel. I was telling you guys I'm gonna have this channel as basically a backup to my main channel, King Richawd. Now, when I made that first video, I was having monetization issues. Those issues are now resolved, but I still have a shadow ban issue over there where, my channel isn't really being pushed and you can't search my channel if those things still stand. So I'm gonna still make efforts and I'm gonna still build this channel. I know it's gonna be a gradual build. It takes a while. Some people faster than others, but when you're doing things organically, sometimes it takes a while, to build an audience and to build trust with the audience. But, I have a lot of faith and confidence in myself, and I know that I was able to build an audience once, I can build an audience again. And that's what I'm gonna do over here, That's what I'm gonna do over here, and I'm gonna be patient with it. You know what I'm saying? But there will be a lot more videos coming on this channel. I do now have a new phone, you know what I'm saying? So I can make videos now, long videos with no interruptions, good quality, all these things. But let's talk about inflation, how, it's gonna force a lot of people to face themselves. And there's nothing new under the sun. Right now we're going through a period where if you study history, a period like this happens about every 100 years, I'm viewing this period as a Great Depression, To me, this period is just as bad as the Great Depression, if not worse. We're in a global pandemic, This is something that happens about once every 100 years. About 100 years ago, I think around 1914 is when some sort of pandemic broke out, I think with rats or some shit. And a lot of people died, and they had to come up with vaccines and things of that nature. So, a pandemic breaking out and the government enforcing vaccines is nothing new, It's nothing new under the sun. So us as people and as studiers of history, we have to compartmentalize how are we going to move differently than the people of the past, and what mistakes and how naive were the people of the past, you know what I'm saying, to follow certain things. Now, for the sake of the video, follow the science, always follow the science. I'm just a conspiracy theorist, But we have to study these things. I study these things. And what I'm growing to understand right now is this is a period where we're really going to find out what people are about and who people are with this inflation, because it's going to force you to be in your shit. It's going to force you to get on your shit. I was having a conversation with my mom the other day. She was saying right now it's just all about you have to get your shit together. She said this is the period of getting your shit together. And she's right. It is. It definitely is. This is the period of getting your shit together. I hope I'm looking at the right camera. This new phone, it's hard to tell where the camera is and shit. But I think I'm looking into the camera. You know what I'm saying? And she's right. With the inflation going on, what's going to happen is those of us who aren't on top of things, those of us who aren't in a position of power, we aren't making a good living, a good salary or whatever, or we're not saving our money. Those of us who have a lot of vices, and, those of us who may not be moving correctly. Now, some of us, around my age, I just turned 21. A lot of my peers are either in school or working, So the ones of us who are in school, you're kind of at the mercy of your parents and how they move through this period. You know what I'm saying? Because your main focus is, graduating and getting your grades so you can eventually, go out here and get you a job. Me personally, I'm in a crossroad, you know what I'm saying? Because, I have my certain beliefs about what I can put in my body, what I should put in my body, what I should have potentially injected in my body, my personal beliefs. I'm not going to speak too much on it for, political reasons, and, YouTube be taking shit down. But I think y'all get the drift. And a lot of the schools nowadays, you have to follow these procedures to go, But I also know that I don't want to be stuck in this position that I am now, working a minimum wage job that I don't like, in a role that I know that is beneath me, around people that, I don't necessarily respect, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the people that I work with, but a lot of them I don't really respect, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, not saying that me not respecting them or I'm gonna be a dickhead to them. No, I don't respect the spirit they have, the type of person they are, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean I don't necessarily think they're terrible people necessarily. I just think they're people who are misguided and don't want to change. And to me, those are the worst type of people. It's one thing to be misguided, but when you're misguided and you don't want to change, you have a huge problem. Because now you've just accepted your reality. Now you've just accepted, the current state you're in. And, instead of making steps to potentially change that reality, you become victim of the reality. And you make yourself a victim. And you find people to blame, whether it's your parents, whether it's the school you came up in, whether it's this incident that you had when you was little, whether it was your deadbeat father or whatever, A lot of people, they fall into this category because most people, they don't want to change. They just want to make excuses and they just want to make themselves a victim, a sympathetic figure. And in the climate we're in now, people are more and more accepting to sympathetic figures than ever with the LGBTQ going on. Before, it was a different energy towards those people. We understood, we understood things differently with those people. Now it's being pushed to the degree where, we're being told we have to accept them and we have to normalize them. We have to normalize something that isn't normal. You know what I'm saying? It's just the climate we're in, The average person is more, sympathetic. They're looking for a sympathetic figure to kind of wrap their arms around and say, no, it's okay. We're all in this together. We're all equal. It's all about equality. You're gay, I'm black, you're white. We're all the same. We can all do this together is what they want us to think. When really, it's just one beast being energized. But really, it's still a monopoly going on. There's nothing equal about what's going on. There's no equality going on. It's actually very, it's the complete opposite of equality that is going on. Excuse me. And for the record, I don't want y'all thinking, y'all may think I know I look a little thinner. My voice may sound a little weird. I am sick right now. You know what I'm saying? Not very sick, but I am sick, so I haven't really been eating too crazy. I haven't been working out like that. Me, I'm one that it's very hard for me to put on weight and it's very easy for me to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Because the majority of weight I carry is muscle, So when I lose muscle mass, you feel me, I thin up. But, even as skinny as I am now, I'll still give you niggas buckets on the court. You know what I'm saying? No, but for real though. But I'm getting better and I'm going to get better, and I'll be fine, but I still feel I still want to make videos, you know what I'm saying? But back to the point. What we got to understand with this inflation, and I'm going to have a series of videos coming out today. Short videos, 10 to 20 minutes. This is the time to get your shit together, We're in one of those periods of history, a transitional period. You had the Great Depression where, the banks crashed, something that, don't be surprised if the banks crash, just like they crashed in the 30s, the early 30s. Oh yeah, we're in that same period. Nothing is new under the sun. when they want to go into a transition, and what happened after the Great Depression, there was a transition. America started to become different. It became more fluid, I would say. Beer was legalized. You know what I'm saying? Cigarettes and all. Cigarettes have always been around, but the party culture, jazz and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, things that were seen as immoral. I hope that's the right word. Things that weren't technically politically correct, things that were a little edgy, were starting to be a little more normalized. People were given a little more freedom, I would say. And we're in the same period now. We're going through a transition where certain things are going to start to get normalized. Like they're in the process of getting rid of cash, of getting rid of money, because they want to monitor everything. Everything needs to be surveilled. Everything needs to be monitored. They need to know everything you're doing, every transaction you're making, everything you're doing. They need to know, because we're all, in their eyes, we're all a big science experiment. That's what this whole, thing that happened towards the end of 2019 was about, going into 2020. It starts with a C, ends with a 9. That's what it was all about. Forcing people to accept a new way of life. Forcing, and those who don't accept that way of life, putting them in a position where they become so uncomfortable and they become so outlawed that, the people around them are going to start to look at them differently, and are going to start to look at them as someone who's a little crazy. Why are you trying to stand out when everybody else is doing it? The Kyrie effect, The narrative will be, you're hurting the people around you. The narrative about Kyrie is he's hurting his team. He hurt his team last year by not playing. That's the narrative for anybody who follows Kyrie's philosophies, in terms of the thing that starts with a C and ends with a 9. If you don't get that thing, you're hurting the collective. It's a big shift in the programming going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Where they're trying to have the masses thinking on a certain vibration, and they need people moving with a certain level of desperation. That's why, as the shift is coming, the inflation comes at the same time. Whenever they want to shift society, shift the morality, shift the way of thinking, shift the way of moving, they also have to, impart inflation with that. They have to add inflation to that, because what does inflation do to the average American who's not wealthy? You're affected. Everybody who's not rich has been affected by this inflation. Gas, I put premium gas in my tank. I pulled up to one gas station. The premium gas was $7. $7. Wrap your mind around that. Now, I live in California, one of the most expensive places to live in America. But still, $7 is glaring. $7. Now, in hindsight, I could have just went to a different gas station and may have got it for, $6.06 or some shit like that, But, what's the difference between $6.06 and $7? It's four pennies, you know what I'm saying? But it's the climate we're in right now, or 40 cents. It's the climate we're in right now, But, like I was saying, this is the period where we have to get our shit together, And like I said, the Most High judges through illness, I feel like even me getting sick right now, the Most High is judging me in a certain way, because, I'm still a heavy smoker. It's still certain vices and things that I haven't got under control. I haven't got my lust under control. It's still a lot of things I haven't got under control. And the Most High is going to punish you twice as hard when you know better. And I know better. And I've still been relapsing on my semen retention journey. I've still been smoking heavy when I've been saying I need to slow down, if not stop. It's still a lot of things I need to improve on, that I know I need to do better on, that I know is destroying me, that I know is slowing me down. And that's why the Most High will punish you twice as hard. I will be punished twice as hard for the things I know, for the things I've researched, for the things I've read, for the things the Most High has blessed me to know. You know, the Most High looks at it as a disrespect to the highest degree when you know better. When you know better and you still make these decisions, you know? So you must change or else it'll be too late. The Most High will judge you, you know? And we all have our day of judgment, but some their day comes sooner than others. And the way you're judged is a reflection of the type of life you lived, you know? And all of us, we should be prepping, you know, for that day of judgment, and we should be fearful of the Most High. We should be fearful to get to that day of judgment and not be worthy. You know, you should fear none but the Most High. You know, we should be fearful of, you know, not living right. You feel me? And it should humble us to know that we are mortal, that we can be destroyed. We can be denied by the Most High. We can be denied access to the kingdom, you know, when the day of judgment comes by the Most High, based off of the decisions we make and the type of person we are. No, if you make mistakes and you make mistakes over and over again, that doesn't mean you're going to be declined the kingdom. We all get a chance of, you know, reconciliation. You know, we all get a chance to reinvent ourselves. But like I said, when you know better and you still don't change, you will be judged twice as hard, you know. But we're in a climate of inflation, you know. We're in a pandemic. This is a transitional period. They're preparing the people. The lowest of the lowest are going to be desperate. So, you know, they're going to be vulnerable. And that's what the government wants. They want the majority of people vulnerable. Like I said, there's or like I would say, there's a small percentage of people who are just comfortable no matter what. No matter what, things are going to be taken care of, you know, they're going to be fine. You know, the rest of us, it's not like that. We don't just have money like that where shit is just good. You know what I'm saying? So the inflation is going to affect us. The inflation is going to make us have to budget differently. The inflation is going to make us have to save differently. You know, everything is going to go up. Your car note's going to go up. Your car insurance is going to go up. Your rent is going to go up. All the food you buy is going up. The gas you put in your tank is going up. This is not a time to play around. This is not a time to party. This is not a time to, quote unquote, be outside with the gremlins, you know? You can go outside if you want to. You will end up like those people on the strip. Rest in peace. I seen a post from World Star Hip Hop that 6 were killed and 2 were wounded, I think, or 6 were wounded, 2 were killed yesterday on the strip of Las Vegas. See, I was planning on going to Vegas for my birthday, but, you know, things went the way they went and I didn't end up going. Maybe that was a blessing in disguise. Maybe the Most High knows that the energy right now in the world, being outside around all these gremlins, around all these desperate people. Yesterday, there was a school shooting at one of my dad's employees, co-workers' school, his daughter's school. He had to go basically rescue his daughter from the school, you know, and I respect him a lot for doing that, you know, putting his life on the line to go get his daughter, you know, and that's the type of nigga I am. If I had a kid, you know, I'm putting everything on the line. If I find out it's an active shooter at your school and you're at the school, and I'm pulling up to the school. I'm putting my life on the line to go save your ass, you know? And I respect them for doing that, you know? And this is all happening because of inflation. People are going crazy. We got kids bringing guns to schools, shooting at schools. He was an active shooter. Shots were fired. You know, this is in the climate. This is in the environment that I'm in, you know? I'm around these people, these desperate people, these heathens. Because of inflation. But I'm in the video here, man. Plenty more videos coming. God bless.